Hi, I'm Kadasumro. I have just recently completed my BS in Applied Linguistics from University of St. Jamshoro. So from today, I am going to start a lecture series which is based on the field of Applied Linguistics, and I will complete all the branches of linguistics. Without wasting time, let's start. So, firstly, we will see the introduction of the morphology. So, basically, morphology is a Greek word. See, firstly, when we see a word, so we have to see the meaning which shows by the word. Okay, like we have a word morphology, so we have to see the meaning of a word, that how this word come and how this word is connected with the field. Okay, so morphology is a Greek word. Okay, it's a Greek term which contain two words. First is morph, second is logy. Okay, now let's see what's the meaning of morph. Morph mean shapes or form, and logy mean study. Okay, so basically, if we see the rough definition of morphology, that means study of forms or shapes. Okay, now we have we have little bit about the word, that how this morphology word is used in linguistics field and how it came. Basically, it was named for the first time in 1859 by a German linguist, August Schleicher. Okay, see, the word morphology was existed before the field of linguistics in biology. Okay, but in 1859, for the first time, it is used in field linguistics by August Schleicher. Okay, now let's see what is morphology. We have two definitions of morphology. First definition is from Sheffield University. Okay, so according to Sheffield University, morphology is the study of the internal structure of the words. Now, in morphology, we study the structure of word, that if we have a word, so how this word is formed and which components are included in the word. Okay, I forgot to write one thing here, that morphology is a branch of linguistics. Okay, so I will teach you later in other video that what is linguistics and what are other branches of linguistics as well. So the second definition is, this is definition is based on my understanding, that morphology is the study of formation and reformation of words by adding or deleting different inflections and derivations. Okay, so basically morphology means formation and reformation. We can format words, like we can construct words, and then we can reconstruct words. Reconstruct means when we reproduce, again construct or again form the same word with change meaning by adding some other components, like inflections or derivation, like we add suffix, prefix, so these all things. And let's move to the next slide, that is about morpheme. Okay, now let's see what is morpheme. If we are studying about the field of morphology, so we have to know the morpheme. Morpheme is the smallest meaningful unit in a language. Okay, so we have 5 levels in a language. First we have sound level, then we have word level, then we have sentence level, then literal meaning, and then pragmatical meaning. But here we are studying third level, second level, that is word level. So morpheme is a unit after a sound level which has meaning, because before morpheme we have phonemes or phones. So basically phonemes and phones, they both are sound, and sound doesn't have meaning without the formation of the word. Okay, so here we have morpheme. Basically this definition is based on the definition of Oxford Dictionary. So according to the Oxford Dictionary, it's a meaningful, I told you that it's a meaningful morphological unit of a language that cannot be further divided. Okay, so morpheme is a word, we can say it word, is a word or a part of a word which cannot further divide it. Like we have come. Can we divide come? No, because it's a basic, it's a complete word. We cannot divide it into other parts. But if we have a word like smaller, so yes, smaller can be divided into two parts, like small and then a suffix. So we have two morpheme, because small is a morpheme because it cannot divide it into other parts, and er is a second morpheme because er also cannot divide it into other parts. Okay, and see, we have second definition of morpheme. This is based on my understanding. So morpheme is the smallest unit of morphology which cannot be divided. Yeah, it's same I told you. And move to the next slide. So I have draw a graph, we can say draw or visual representation of morphemes and types of morphemes, so you cannot be confused in the branches or in the types of morphemes. Okay, so we have two types, basic two types of morphemes. First is free morpheme and second is bound morpheme. Now I will tell you later that what is and what are free morphemes or what are bound morphemes in the next slide. First we see that in free morphemes we have two further types, that is lexical morpheme and second is functional morpheme. Okay, we can say it functional as well, function or function, they both are same, and function morpheme are also known as grammatical morpheme. Second type we have bound morpheme. In bound morpheme is also divided into two parts. First is inflectional morpheme, second is derivational morpheme. Okay, so see to the next slide that what are free morpheme and what are bound morpheme. So a morpheme which can be function alone without another morpheme. It contains two types of morphemes. See, free morphemes are the morphemes which can exist and which can work and which can present in a sentence without help any other morpheme. Like we have come is free morpheme because come can exist in a sentence or in a language without any morpheme. Like if I firstly I told you example of come small and smaller. Okay, now we have small is free morpheme. Why? Because small doesn't need a er suffix for represent its meaning, but when we add er like suffix so it will change the meaning. But we can use a small alone without any other morpheme and without any other part of the word and other thing as well. Okay, so see, now free morpheme are the morpheme of the word which can exist alone. Let's see the types of free morpheme. There are two types of free morpheme. First is lexical morpheme and second is functional morpheme. Now lexical morpheme. Lexemes means meaningful words or something meaningful. Okay. So here all the words which have meaning, those all words will be known as lexical morphemes. Okay, like a noun, verb, adverb, adjectives, because they all carry some sort of meaning. So let's the definition, meaning or meaningful or content word in a language. I told you they are independent in carry meaning. So of course they belong to free morpheme and they are free morpheme. So they don't need any other morpheme. Okay, but they can also accept bound morpheme as well. See, they don't need bound morpheme or any other part, but they can accept bound morpheme. Okay, like inflections and derivation. Then in lexical morpheme, I told you, noun, verb, adjective, adverb are known as lexical morpheme because they are meaningful words and they have meaningful words. And the B is second type of free morpheme is functional morpheme. Functional morpheme are also known as grammatical morpheme. Why? Because they help to connect those lexical morpheme in a language, like our prepositions, conjunctions. These all are functional morpheme. Why? Because they function to connect all the meaningful words or lexical morphemes in a language. They control all the language by connecting them to each other. Okay, so see the definition of functional morpheme. Grammatical words which used to connect lexical morphemes. So yes, these are grammatical words which use or which helps to connect lexical morphemes, like they come between noun or verb or maybe adjective. Then we have, or we can say that, help to function lexical morpheme in a language. Yeah, they help to function lexical morpheme in a language, like preposition and conjunctional. Let's see the next slide. We have bound morpheme. So first we had free morpheme, in which we had two types, in lexical morphemes and functional morphemes. Now we have bound morpheme. In bound morpheme, we have two more types, like inflectional morpheme and derivational morpheme. Now in bound morpheme, bound mean, see, I told you na, when we see the definition or the concept of a word, first we have analyzed the word. Now what does bound give mean? Bound means something dependent. Okay, bound morpheme means something is dependent. It's an opposite to free morpheme. In bound morpheme, morphemes are bound to another morpheme to convey their meaning. They cannot stand alone without any other morpheme. Now which morpheme? They are dependent on free morphemes. Let's see how. Firstly, the definition: morphemes which cannot stand alone in a language. Okay, so it depends on another morpheme to convey its meaning. Yes, because they are dependent, they are bound to another morpheme to convey their meaning. It has two types. Yeah, it has two types, like inflectional morpheme and derivational morpheme. Now see, what are inflectional morphemes? Inflection means, in English language we have 8 inflections. Okay, they use as a suffix to show the numbers, possession or tense or comparison as well. Let's see the example that how we use inflections, or what are inflections in English language. English language has 8 inflections. First, two inflections are used with noun to show possession or plural, like we use S and S apostrophe for possession. Second, we have two inflections with adjectives to show comparative degree and superlative degree, like er and est. Then we have four inflections with verbs to show the tense. We can say tense. Yeah, they all are full tenses, like S for third person with verb, and then ed for past tense, and then en for past participle, and then ing for progressive. Okay, now let's move to the next slide. We have derivational morpheme as well. So derivational also are bound morpheme. They cannot stand alone, they need any other morpheme to connect with them. Now morpheme which is connected to the root word and change its meaning, as well as grammatical form or class, they use as affixes. Now firstly we had inflection morphemes. They use a suffix. Suffix means when inflection connect at the end of the word. Okay, now these are affixes. Affixes means when we use, they can be used at the end, in the middle, and they can use in the beginning as well. Okay, now let's see example. They are like im, un, less, li, etc. Like we have example, beauty, at the end of the ty is derivational morpheme or derivation. Like in beautiful may in full is derivational morpheme, fully. Okay, so see, have you noticed one thing, that in previous slide, in inflection morphemes, the inflections were used for the change the meaning or change the tense of the word, but in derivational morphemes they help to change the grammatical form or class of the word. Like in beauty, see, beauty is a noun, but beautiful we use full derivation, so the meaning or the class of the word has changed. Now this beautiful is not a noun, it has changed into an adjective. Then we change fully instead of full, so it has become adverb. See, through derivations, the word does not change its meaning, but it change its grammatical or class as well. They both can be changed, meaning as well and grammatical structure. So let's see to the next slide. So here I wrote many students has become confused in derivational and inflection morphemes. When I was a student in my first year, so I also got confused in inflectional morpheme as well as derivational morpheme. So I did a lot research at my time, because I studied this in my first year. So now I am a pass out student. So see, inflectional morphemes and derivational morphemes. In inflectional morphemes, they are used as a suffix. Inflections are used as a suffix. Okay, but derivational morphemes can be used as prefixes, suffixes, and infixes. Infixes means a derivational morpheme or a morpheme come between the word. Okay, so then second difference is by adding meaning change. In inflectional morphemes, when we add inflection, so it has changed the meaning of a word, but when we add derivational morphemes, it also changes the grammatical category of the word. As I have told you the or example in the previous slide, like where is the previous slide? So see, in uh, in beautiful, firstly it was a noun, then it has become changed in a adjective, then adverb. So it has changed the grammatical class as well by changing the derivational morphemes. So I think I have a question with an answer. See, when I was a student, I was so curious, and I had a lot of questions from my teachers. So how we have auxiliary verbs now. In auxiliary verbs are not meaningful verbs, because we have main verbs, then we have auxiliary verbs. Auxiliary verbs are to be verbs like is, am, are, was, were, and have. So these have not proper meaning, so I got confused at how they can come in lexical morphemes. So like how auxiliaries are lexical words, because they do not have proper meaning. So the answer of this question is that because it control mood and tense of a sentence. See, our auxiliary verbs like have, is, am, are, was, were, they all control the mood or tense of a sentence, or in a language it controls the moods, tense, and attitude of a sentence. So that's all about today's video. If you have any question and query, you can ask me.